What is up, YouTube? What's up? This is Smitty. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Smitty. When I was in my 20s, I decided I wanted to do triathlons. I was about 27, 28 years old. I read 3 triathlon books and I read some other books about running and stuff like that. Fairly good swimmer. I swam in high school, but I decided I wanted to do triathlon. I was about 27. I didn't actually complete my first triathlon until I was actually 33. Right? So this is how the planning goes from my perspective, right? So I'm reading these books. I'm like, I'm African-American. I don't know any African-Americans that do triathlons. What is a triathlon? And I read these 3 books, and these 3 books were amazing. I read all this background history, and I had all that stuff ferment in my mind for literally 5 or 6 years before I attempted my first Olympic distance triathlon. And if you know anything about me, I don't do anything fly by night. I'm broad daylight Smitty, right? So everything I do has to be high quality. So I decided I want to do a video on diamine oxidase. I just want to put it out there just to be putting it out there. I want to do a video and do it some justice because I've already done a video on diamine oxidase. I've done 3 videos on histamine, right? And one of the things that's driving me is that as an endurance athlete, I realized that endurance athletes tend to have high histamine levels. And in the process, I realized, whoa, wait a minute. Endurance athletes probably have low levels of vitamin B in their systems. And hold on, wait a minute. Again, all B complex vitamins all the B vitamins are coenzymes. And so we had this issue generically and in the fitness industry about carbs, right? Well, most people are probably deficient in B complex vitamins. Let me calm down a little bit. Most people are probably deficient in B complex vitamins. And so being deficient in B complex vitamins probably means you're going to have a lot of allergies possibly because you can't produce diamine oxidase. Because diamine oxidase kind of requires vitamin B6, and also vitamin B6 is also furthermore required for the breakdown of histamine in your body, right? So you can see how this is a big tangled web, and it needs some nuance applied to it so that people can understand it, right? And so people may not appreciate this video. People may not grasp what I'm trying to say, but if you have allergies, for example, or if you have frequent colds, right, it could be that you're deficient in B complex vitamins. And one caveat I always add when I'm talking about B complex vitamins is that, sometimes depending on the context, it can be inflammatory or anti-inflammatory. It can be pro-inflammatory or anti-inflammatory depending on the context, right? And so like other stuff like CoQ10, right, can either be inflammatory or anti-inflammatory depending on the context, and most of us are walking around slightly inflamed, right? So I wrote a book called The Ketogenic Advantage Blueprint, and if you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description, or it's at iHeartGains.com. You can download it for free. Basically, the ebook, I wrote it so that people would know how to reset or even baseline their levels of inflammation using a ketogenic diet, right? So it's not a ketogenic diet per se that you adhere to for long term, but it's something that you train your body into getting keto adapted so that you know when you're inflamed or not inflamed, because there's a lot of things that can happen from being inflamed or from inflammation, right? So basically, to get a little more specific about this video, I wanted to know what diamine oxidase is and what vitamin B6 role in diamine oxidase. So I asked my friendly ChatGTP enabled app, what is diamine oxidase, and describe the process by which vitamin B6 plays a role in its synthesis. Cite relevant sources in familiar format. This is what it says. Diamine oxidase, DAO, is an enzyme that is involved in the breakdown of histamine, a compound that is produced by the body and found in certain foods. DAO is synthesized in the body through a process that requires vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine. According to a study published in Journal Nutrients, DAO is synthesized in the body through a process that involves the conversion of histidine to histamine and the subsequent breakdown of histamine by DAO. This process requires vitamin B6, which acts as a cofactor for the enzymes involved in the synthesis of DAO. Another study published in Journal Clinical and Translational Allergy found that vitamin B6 is required for the synthesis of DAO, and deficiencies in this vitamin can lead to impaired DAO activity and increased histamine levels in the body. Supplementation with vitamin B6 has been shown increase DAO activity and reduce symptoms of histamine intolerance in some individuals. So I was kind of confused because it says that diamine oxidase requires vitamin B6 for its synthesis, and it also says vitamin B6 is required for breaking down histamine. And I thought ChatGPT got a little bit of it wrong, so maybe I need to restructure the question so I can ask it better, see if I get the same answers. Right? I asked my friendly ChatGPT-enabled app what other vitamins, minerals, or enzymes might play a role in the breakdown of histamine in the body. And this is what I got. Other vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that may play a role in the breakdown of histamine in the body include vitamin C, vitamin B12, copper, and DAO activators. According to a study published in the Journal of Nutrients, vitamin C has been shown to have antihistamine properties and may help to reduce histamine levels in the body. Vitamin B12 is also involved in the metabolism of histamine, and deficiencies in this vitamin can lead to increased histamine level. Copper is a cofactor for DAO, and deficiencies in this mineral can impair DAO activity and lead to increased histamine levels. Another study published in the Journal of Physiology and Pharmacology found that DAO activators such as quercetin and vitamin C can help to increase DAO activity and reduce symptoms of histamine intolerance in some individuals. So I'm still trying to nail down, is it a cofactor in enzymatic reactions, or at what level is B6 involved in this, right? So is vitamin B6 a cofactor in enzymatic reactions involved in the breaking down of histamine and a vitamin necessary for the synthesis of DAO? Cite relevant sources in the relevant format. Yes, vitamin B6 is a cofactor in enzymatic reactions involved in the breakdown of histamine and is also necessary for the synthesis of DAO. So there you go. So basically it goes on to say the same stuff that I asked before. So how can we go about, talking about immune health and not talk about vitamin B6? Especially if you're an endurance athlete, you may have high histamine levels. And also if you're an endurance athlete, you may have low vitamin B levels. One of the things is, as an endurance athlete myself, I tend to take vitamin B before I train, right? And so vitamin B is a coenzyme for protein, fats, and carbs. And when you're low on those coenzymes, it's harder for your body to metabolize those macronutrients and make energy out of it. I don't know how it works if you're not an endurance athlete. I really don't know if you're a weightlifter, but I do know that things like protein synthesis is necessary. There's a specific B vitamin that is essential for DNA synthesis, right? And so right off the bat, if you're trying to build muscle, you need to know this. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you're looking for help reaching your fitness goals or your wellness goals, seek a fitness or wellness professional. If you want help from me, there's resources in this video on this YouTube channel and at iHeartGains.com. I'm Smitty. I hope you reach your fitness goals, and I'll talk to you in the next one.